それのなんてアラパラのあっちやんかけて。数の子？俺のとこもあんまりねえや数の子。紛らわしいけど。ああいうのはさ、その定期じゃないんですか。やっぱりその目で見てやってる。はい、MC ポー、日本か。ありがとう。これどちらですか？いや、これテーブル3番だけど握りも出るんだ。あーごめん、違うわ。いいよ、テーブル3番行って。はい。そこに交番ありますんで。ああ、そうですか。はい。
Listen to Bach Brandenburg Concerti or Bach cantatas. To get an idea from where did this man come. Most of all, enjoy yourself. Be happy.
This footage shows Tamao performing 46 years ago, at age 36. With his large, robust movements, he was known for his portrayals of vigorous characters. Over the years, Tamao radically changed his approach, paring his art down to the bare essentials. Deeply internalizing the characters, he discovered that only the slightest movement was needed to reach the audience.
だから自然にからこう動きよるとこうだね思うのはもうこっちが勝手に動いてるというつぶやかの先がね、自分の思うように動いてくれる思うように動いてくれてるねこれは。
The emotions Tamao must express through the puppet alone are both intense and complex.
Change it.
Change it?
Change it.
On the shoe?
Change.
On the shoe?
取らない。顔はノーよ、顔はノー。顔取らない。
Never too young to start. This is when you have to touch the curiosity of the child. The most important thing in the young people, the most valuable thing they have is their mind. The mind, it's like a little bit of earth. If you put water in enough substance, a flower can come out. If you want to have a life in music, you have to commit yourself to it. It's total commitment. It cannot be a sort of thing that you do casually. There is nothing in life that you sort of do. Either you do it or you're not in it. And in music, it takes a kind of total commitment. It also demands much more intellectual widening than most teaching assumes. Okay, that's fine. Now, knowing that's where you're going to do, and you want to start softly, because you don't know where it's going, right? You're thinking. It's an introduction.
Yes.
I play the introduction as if you have an idea. You don't know. And play it a little.
The mother praises her daughter for parting from her fiancé so that he can participate in a revenge plot. Sumitayu captures her conflicting emotions perfectly. Tamao listens to Sumitayu's performance. He says that Sumitayu began to achieve greater emotional depth after he turned 70.
彼だけいうのもあんね。彼とは彼だけの値打ちのある語りになってきたりすることあるんだね。これがもう火入れんとこうなってくるの。もう。
When a puppeteer loses his strength, he can no longer keep the puppet's head from falling forward.
これでもう持ちきれんなって言うからついこれなってここを見てみんなにでもここを見んとこの辺なんか下にもら金でも落ちてへんかな感じで下ばかり見るからね。私はもう弟子に。
Increasingly, Tamao has been asking his disciples whether or not the head of his puppet is falling forward.
これが落ちてきたらもうこっちは分からないでもそんななってたらいかんやってな。時期が近づいたいうことやからもう。
Try and tell yourself, what more do I want to say? How much more is there here that I can understand? There are things to be said between every note. It's not how to play, it's why do you play. The best thing that we can teach young people is how to teach themselves. Don't take any note for granted. You must be curious. Every note has a reason. It comes from somewhere and it goes somewhere. You always have to think a little bit ahead. Where are you going to be? How are you going to feel? What do you want to feel in your hands when you get to where you're going? And every note has to be vibrated. Some a little more, some a little less.
From warriors to young girls, from tears to laughter, the chanter must be able to express all human emotions to bring the characters to life.
考えてみ、器量は余計でと気が変わらん。何の変やつれと当時春冬の諸道様と大きい上な舞台で小さいこと4畳半の部屋と違うね。舞台を大きいやるね。大きいやるでいっぱい引いていっぱい引き出さな。
虫割るか
まだ
わよ。
よ。なんで虫割るなんでそんな声使う。お前ようそれで上路語ってるな。ようそんな本読みしてくるな。語なんて言われへんやろが。なんともないかお前。それしか言えんか。何十年対応しとんねん。息を先出すね。息先出してって喉で決まってたらあかんねん。ここやここや。何ちゅう顔すんねん。
Even the same character's laugh will change depending on the scene.
マジでか。あ、こんなとこしわ寄せか。とこ言わな。腹がちょっともう腹動いてんやないか。下手くそ。勉強するやん。とこ言わな。
そんな割り沈めんと。
こんな状態が今日あるやろか。
おはじゃみなみなを握りとや。おそんな割り沈
なんでさえついていかんならんで。おそんな割りしとるとかしゃべりついていくのかバカもん。
오하냐 미나 원일이 도야 오소나 머리시나 오하냐 미나 원일이 도야
一三味線の通りペタッとついてバカめがいつになったら覚えるんじゃ息の引き方も首振って体もがいて
新幹線 New major line is what Shinkansen means. 730,000 people every day using Shinkansen bullet train, very, very frequently used. And 110,000 people are using Shinkansen bullet train for commuting, everyday commuting people are using. Actually, I am one of them using this. I'm not working every day, so I'm not using it every day. But my house is 80 kilometers west from Tokyo, Odawara. A very nice place to go to Mount Hakone area, not too far. I can drive just about half an hour to beautiful area called Hakone. But to come to Tokyo, 80 kilometers, very far. So I take this Shinkansen bullet train, 36 minutes to come from Odawara to Tokyo. When you come to Odawara, please visit me.
Thing is, like, if the high school students in Shibuya wear, let's say, the red shirts, and then it's spread all over the Japan. Like in Kyushu city, big city,
wear the same.
Yeah, high school girls wear the red. In northern part of Japan, Hokkaido, in high school girls, yes. So the company can, if they can get their market in Shibuya's high school, then it means all the girls in high school in Japan.
All over Japan.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Documentary and
Fiction.
and fiction.
One girl and one boy, and they come to the TV studio.
Yeah.
And the TV broadcasting gave the script, one script scenario to the boy and to the girl, and they each read the scenario and do the same thing what the scenario said, and it becomes getting a love story. To make love by
having the scenario.
Artificially, yeah. But it works. It did work.
Artificial love on stage.
I don't want it to be on the TV. No. Everybody knows my face, you know, what happens to her next week, and then I don't like that.
Yeah.
No. In Shibuya, those girls is much more popular than boys, high school boys. Because high school boys are always quiet. And then the society don't know what is kind of high school boys right now. But society knows what is high school girls like.
They are more expressive.
I think they have more freedom in Japan.
Than the boys.
Especially in Tokyo. They don't want to do anything typical Japanese or typical American or typical Europe. But they always look for something on the border, and then nobody can judge, you know, it is from Japanese, or it's from America, it's from Europe. They don't know. And what they want to see is something that you cannot say anything, what is this from?
Okay.
Very vague and very international, very, you know, something in the middle. And these kind of things, they think it as very cool. So I think that's what's happening in the music too. Everything is mixed, but they do like that. And they do not have some special, well, I like techno. Some people said like, I like technos very well. But many kids like to start to think these mixed things. What is bad? We lost all the criteria. We lost, so we don't know what is good or bad. You know, for example, so the small girls, what's wrong for them? What's wrong with doing prostitute?
300,000 yen.
30,000 yen. 300,000 yen.
Talking about her, my friend, during her high school time, she just dating. After she graduated high school, she needs really money. So because she wants to go to university, but she kind of entered the club and pub, to serve drinks. And then after that, be a member of the festival. Yeah, I think 3 men mainly gave her the money. Yeah.
Sweet
then,
customers.
Yes, sweet customers. Right.
Are they, usually older men?
No, not actually.
They have to be rich to be able, in order to be able to pay.
Rich men.
Rich men.
In Shibuya, was wearing so short skirt with a long,
these high plateau shoes.
I think what is the Japanese for them is in Shibuya with tall buildings in the karaoke.
漏れないおむつ、それはムームー。三四郎のワンワンイブニングシアター。このコーナーでは映画を中心に音楽、映像の情報をシアター感覚で楽しく紹介していきます。まあね、いつもここでモッチーがさ、清志郎さんは年賀状はちゃんと書いてますか？なんて質問してきてな。で俺がもちろん毎年ちゃんと書いてるよとか答える。するとこのコーナーは先週の年賀状パンダイのコーナーじゃないんですよなんてツッコミが入るんだよな。でも今日はモッチーが休みだから省略させていただきます。言ってんじゃねえかよ。さあ今日紹介する映画です。今週日曜日と今月24日にワウワウで放送になるこの一本交渉人。
She shows she is receptive. Mating is a dangerous activity for the female. She is going to have to carry at least an extra 10 tons on her back.
What is the Japanese
Nothing
culture?
is Japanese anymore. What?
No, so for them it's tatami. Maybe they have one room in their house, but I'm not sure how much is the Japanese, like all the kind of what we think as Japanese culture is for them.
ciao.
Yeah, so
I never saw him. You were in bed before he came home.
And then when I wake up, he still sleeps.
Yeah.
So.
How do you pronounce your Jurg or Jurg?
Jurg or
Jurg.
George, you know.
Oh, it's like a Y. Okay, Jurg.
It's just the.
Jurg.
You.
George is English,
George,
though, right?
that's right.
So you had an English teacher, though, right? We're being filmed, aren't we?
Well, listen, I really didn't learn anything at school.
Oh. But it sounds like you have a German accent mainly, but then a little bit of an English accent too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, British accent.
British, I mean.
Is
yeah.
that right? Very strange. Yeah, I lived there for a little while, but then we lived in the States for 5 years.
Oh, really? But you have still British.
Is that right? That's very strange because I really spent there maybe 9 months. You know, I lived in Scotland.
Oh,
and then we moved to the States
Oh,
for
really?
5 years.
States?
States, yeah, to Michigan
Michigan.
for 2 years, and then 3 years to DC. So, which part are you in Canada?
Good.
In Canada, where are you? Which part you are from in Canada?
Seattle.
Seattle. Ah.
Close to Canada.
Seattle, close.
A lot of people think I'm from Canada. They think I have a Canadian accent.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what is the Canadian accent.
Maybe I do have one because I don't notice an accent when I go up there.
Okay, thank you. It's in.
Oh, good.
Ready.
Relax.
I saw like sometimes my mother get very frustrated when I was very small.
Yeah.
But I knew them. I knew what mother feels, even though my mother didn't tell me anything. So I just, yeah. But somehow my mother raised me and my sister.
No. 15
No,
years
like-
old.
Old.
She started too small.
And what did you do?
I scolded her, but he never stopped.
She.
She.
She said she'll tell to my teachers, to my school, if you want to stop smoke cigarette. And then I responded, if you tell that, I'll quit. I'll quit before you tell that. It makes sense? I don't want that kind of things. I stopped.
Really sweet mother.
You did not stop
You're
So
such a
she
good mother.
failed and I'm in.
She failed.
Yeah. But I'm smoking right now, so I didn't stop. I'm a bad girl. Maybe if I got a baby or something,
You will stop.
maybe I can stop.
That would make you.
Yeah, for the babies, I'm not the only
You would have
person.
a reason.
Yeah, I have a reason.
What makes the girls so independent here?
It's a good question.
Ask Ben.
I should
Me?
ask you.
I don't know, I think they gave me and my sister some extra room that we can move whatever we want. They gave us a space that we can think by ourselves or by the decision what we can make. And those spaces makes me to think by myself or decide by myself or think free.
I wanted to get married because I want to be free from my parents. My parents were more strict.
They were more strict.
Yeah, the generation.
Was the mother more strict or the father?
Both of them.
Both of them.
But now I become understand them.
You can understand them.
But
because you're grown up now.
Yeah, maybe. When I was young, I hate
You hated it.
To read with them.
You hated them.
Hate.
Hate.
And a real strong word. I don't know.
I'm not grown up yet.
もうどうして?
I'm kind of dependable person.
How about you?
That's a question.
You're already grown up?
Are you grown up?
No.
I'm easier than her to read because I just なんていうの無視するっていうのなんていうの ignore my parents because we are so different. I and my parents gap is so deep. But for Fumi, she cannot so opposite to me because I'm so little more closer to her. So it's
Nicer.
So
nicer
it's
and understandable.
She said it's very hard to her to
hard
against
to
me or
independent from my.
It's hard to get independent.
Independent from my parents because they understand me half.
When I was high school student, but after that I have no experience what my father he is. So it's a little bit difficult for me to take care of my children is a son. So it'll be complicated. So to take care of how to my son is growing up or something like that.
What would you say is not so Japanese?
This house. Too free.
Too free.
Too free and too individual. Not like family organizations, but individually communicated each other. Like father and me, and also Hiro and Fumi. Like we can communicate daughter and father, and also just person to person. I believe there's no 100% understanding each other. So, yeah, that's my feeling, my thoughts, of my life. Even if my friend, my best friend, my best friend, my boyfriend, who I love very much, I don't think I can share everything with them. Which is good. Never end. When I was a little bit younger than now, like teenager, I was teenager. I have a hard time to accept that.
How to control yourself?
Control myself, or to not. There is no perception. There's no. I was seeking 100% of something, or the perfections of something. But now
you can accept it.
Yeah, I could accept that, and I want to deal with that, and I worth it.
Why Japanese young lady is strong?
Right.
Girls never forget that the best way to live happily is not forget what you want or how you want to live. Not for something, but for themselves, for myself. Yeah, I think so. I guess I had a struggle for many years. Many years. Yeah. And against it, or I accept it, but never go. I don't know. It's hard to take a balance.
No balance.
Yeah.
Up and down.
Up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't know. I think a lot of things, or I read a lot of books, and like everything, any kinds of books that I can take, and I talk with many different kinds of people that I can meet, and then yeah.
With your girlfriends?
Girlfriend, boyfriend, elder person, younger person.
And what did they say?
They say a lot of different things, different.
Like your girlfriends. What did they say?
I think they keep saying that live what you think is important, or what you feel free, and that makes me a little easy.
昔々はどうやったしゃんけど、みんな改革を重ねてきて今日やってるようなあれになってきたんだけどね、それが解釈の違いがある時あるからね、これが正しいということはないと思う。時代とともに歩んできたんやから、時代に相応したようになっていかないかんしね。
I don't think I can stay all the time, and my husband always out, and then I only get to see my husband only Saturday and Sunday. I don't think I can do that. So like my program is, but I told you yesterday, but I don't have any role model as like working mother and raise children. So for my program is, how to get children and has a husband all the time, but still I want to work and I want to have my life, but still I get my husband and I want children. So it's gonna be very difficult, I know. So I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah.
And in terms of husband, rather a Japanese husband or a foreign husband, or you leave that open?
Well, I think I will leave it open. I see my parents or my generation's people, how is they gonna get older, and what is gonna happen to their own life. I can see them still, I'm 23 or something. I see myself in what happened 60 years old. Maybe my children always go out or something like that.
And you don't want to?
I don't want to. No. I want to have a little more different.
to bury themselves in the sound of music wherever it may come from, in symphonies, quartets, opera, to learn to play chamber music and to play it as much as possible, and listen and listen and listen and try and imitate and to hear the sound of a voice singing these lines of music, the melodies and so forth, and to try and get themselves to try and get the same effect on the instrument, to make music as much as possible. You must be curious.
according to the statistics, 90% Japanese, 90% Japanese Shintoist. Then second religion, Buddhism. And this was, as you know, started by Gautama Siddhartha, 5th or 6th century before Christ, in north of India, south of Nepal, introduced to Japan from Koreans in the 6th century. And Buddhists also from Chinese people and Korean people taught us Buddhism. Second religion, 80% right now. The third is Christian. Only 1.2% Japanese population, Christians. Very little, because for a long time Christianity had been banned by shogun. They were afraid, of the territorial ambition of the Jesuit churches, so that for a long time Christianity very strictly avoided. Therefore, we have Shinto 90%, Buddhist 80%, Christian 1.2%. What is the total? I think it is 171.2%. This is over 100%. Means that most Japanese people have two religions in this country. We go to Shinto shrine for occasions like a baby's christening, wedding, anything about this life, we go to Shinto. But Shinto, like most of ancient religion, like Egyptians and Greece, they don't tell us anything about the next life. It's only for this life. And therefore, for funerals, we have to become Buddhist and go to Buddhist temple. This way we feel that we are more covered, just in case. And then in December, everybody becomes Christian.
Bye.